Hello, ASMR Nation. I'm going to do this video and probably this series that I have in soft spoken because I have allergies up the wazoo and soft spoken is just a little easier on my vocal cords. I also have started, there's only one video posted, but I have some ready to go. I started another page, and for some reason it doesn't come up when you search in YouTube. It's called, what did I call it? The Old and the Nicheless. The Old and the Nicheless. I'll try to remember to link it in my videos for a few videos in case you want normal voice videos. I mean, it's just boring stuff over there too, but regular speaking. But this book is 100 Things You're Not Supposed to Know, Russ Kick, and then it says like disinformation. I've had this book for, I don't know, 15 years maybe, and there's some cool stuff in it, but this is just for fun. I would source check anything that's in here because the book is old and I've never source checked it myself. I mean, it's published. It was from Barnes and Noble. A lot of the stuff makes sense. And yes, it had a sleeve. I don't know what the cover looked like, but it did used to have a sleeve, but I like it without because it looks more old and credible without a sleeve on it. And we'll probably just start at the beginning and work our way through it until I get sick of doing it. I saved you guys my first sip of coffee. I just chugged some water, hoping that I could get through this video without hacking up along. So just as an overview, I will tell you what is in this book. And don't mind my incredibly ridiculous hair today. I need a haircut so bad. I'm thinking about cutting it like all the way. Like usually once every year or two, I just like, I don't know. Okay. Intro and then the 10 Commandments we always see aren't the 10 Commandments. One of the popes wrote an erotic book. The CIA commits over 100,000 serious crimes each year. That one doesn't surprise me at all. The first CIA agent to die in the line of duty was Douglas McKiernan. After 9/11, the Defense Department wanted to poison Afghanistan's food supply. The U.S. government lies about the number of terrorism convictions it obtains. The U.S. is planning to provoke terrorist attacks. The U.S. and the Soviet Union are considered detonating nuclear bombs on the moon. 2 atomic bombs were dropped on North Carolina. World War III almost started in 1995. I feel like World War III almost starts every few months. The Korean War never ended. Agent Orange was used in Korea. Kent State wasn't the only or even the first massacre of college students during the Vietnam era. My phone is lighting up and my daughter is babysitting, so let me make sure that she and the baby are okay. Okay. She is going to get out the finger paints. Oh boy. That's always a fun mess. Winston Churchill believed in a worldwide Jewish conspiracy. The Auschwitz tattoo was originally an IBM code number. Adolf's blood relatives are alive and well in New York State. I don't think you can say his last name on YouTube because I watched a few different things and they didn't. I don't know what it like hits with the algorithm or something, but I'm gonna try to avoid saying it too. Around 1/4 of witches were men, The Virginia colonists practiced cannibalism. Many of the pioneering feminists opposed abortion. Black people served in the Confederate Army. Electric cars have been around since the 1880s. Yeah, like the little cars my son rides around, those are electric. Was it something like that? Like a little motor, toy type car? Juries are allowed to judge the law, not just the facts. The police aren't legally obligated to protect you. We know. We've noticed. The government can take your house and land, then sell them to private corporations. The Supreme Court has ruled that you are allowed to ingest any drug, especially if you're an addict. The age of consent in most of the U.S. is not 18. Most scientists don't read all of the articles they cite. Louis Pasteur suppressed experiments that didn't support his theories. The creator of the GAIA hypothesis supports nuclear power. Genetically engineered humans have already been born. The insurance industry wants to genetically test all policyholders. For my life insurance, I did have to get blood work done. Smoking causes problems other than lung cancer and heart disease. We know. Herds of milk-producing cows are rife with bovine leukemia virus. I know. Most doctors don't know the radiation level of CAT scans. Medication, most doctors don't know that much. Don't at me. I don't care. Obviously they know what they know and they know what they learned. And then they kind of shut it off there. I'll say that. Medication errors kill thousands each year. Prescription drugs kill over 100,000 annually. Work kills more people than war. The suicide rate is highest among the elderly. For low-risk people, a positive test from an HIV test is wrong half the time. DNA matching is not infallible. An FBI expert testified that lie detectors are worthless for security screening. The Bayer company made HER, that drug. LSD has been used successfully in psychiatric therapy. I wish this book was newer because it would probably have something about microdosing in it. Carl Sagan was an avid smoker. One of the heroes of Black Hawk Down is a convicted child you-know-whatter. The auto industry says the SUV drivers are selfish and insecure. The word squaw is not a derisive term for the V. I don't know anything about that. I never heard that word used before for that. You can mail letters for little or no cost. Advertisers' influence on the news media is widespread. Oh yeah, advertisers' influence on the news media is widespread. The world's museums contain innumerable fakes. Men have CLI word. Okay. Out of every 100 people, 10 weren't fathered by the man they believe is dad. That's low. Oh no, okay, so 1 out of 10. Out of 100 people, 10, so 1 out of 10 people that think their dad is wrong. Hardcore SE imagery is as old as the human race. Shakespeare works are loaded with SE jokes and terms. Barbie is based on a German Essie doll. I'm not going to say the next one because that's, even so, a lot of this is absurd. The next one, we're not going to touch that one. Okay. Some legal, readily available substances can get users high. A DEA judge ruled that pot is medically beneficial. Okay, so this book is so old that was revolution. That was like the dawn. This is like the dawn of them saying, oh, it is okay. Each month, new warnings are added to labels of 40 drugs. SUVs are over 3 times more likely than cars to kill pedestrians who are struck. That's what sucks, is they're not really making cars anymore. I'm in a car right now, and I would like to get into another car, and there's just not a lot of cars. Everything's like an SUV. I don't know. Aristotle set back science for around 2,000 years. Native Americans were kept as slaves. I'm not surprised. George Washington embezzled government funds. The Declaration of Independence contains a racially derogatory remark. James Audubon killed all the birds he painted. That's creepy. 1/4 of lynching victims are not black. Freud, I always say that weird, failed to help his patients. The board game Monopoly was swiped from Quakers. Gandhi refused to let his dying wife take penicillin, yet took quinine to save himself. Several thousand Americans were held in NA concentration camps. The U.S. has almost nuked Canada, Britain, Spain, Greenland, and Texas. During the Cold War, the code to unlock nuclear missiles was 000000000. Wow. The government practically gives away valuable land to corporate interests. Most corporations pay no federal income tax. They pay less than you. They pay 0. Most. The military used to put slanderous secret codes on discharge papers. 1 in 3 American homeless men is a military veteran. The U.S. imprisons more of its population than any other country. The government can take your property without even charging you with a crime. The EPA lied about New York's air quality after 9/11. Condoleezza Rice committed perjury before the 9/11 Commission. Al-Qaeda attacks have increased substantially since 9/11. The Patriot Act is used in cases that have nothing to do with terrorism. The government offered around 30 reasons for the Iraq invasion. A leading Pentagon hawk admitted the Iraq invasion was illegal. The U.S. runs a network of at least 20 secret prisons. And I think this book was even maybe before like private prisons was a thing, which is a whole other terrifying and abuse. I don't even know how to explain. Private prisons scare the hell out of me. I should do a whole video about it. The government has a database of every child image ever made. Presidential debates are strictly controlled by 2 major political parties. For over 100 years, almost every discharge of waste into the U.S. waters has been illegal. The water supply is filled with small amounts of pharmaceuticals and other chemicals. That's not small anymore. The title of this book is 100 Things You're Not Supposed to Know, but there's a really good podcast called Stuff They Don't Want You to Know, and I did bring it up in a video a long time ago, but The measurements of pharmaceuticals and street chemicals in the waters now is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how it's going to affect us to ingest this or swim in it or eat the fish that come from it. But they've been testing the fish, and the fish are high as hell. A lot of the drugs too that they said were in there were drugs that older people take, like not even drugs that would be used to get high. So I don't think they're disposing of their drugs correctly. Possibly that's the I don't know. Well over 300,000 tons of chemical weapons have been dumped into the sea. Wow, treasures. Cigarette butts are the most common type of litter. And hopefully that's not as big anymore, because people don't smoke cigarettes like they used to. So, I don't know. Caviar involves extraordinary cruelty. The Hippocratic Oath has been changed dramatically. Most hysterectomies are unnecessary. Using sunscreen can cause cancer. I've heard that. But so cannot. What doesn't? Involuntary human experimentation is not a thing of the past. Head transplants in monkeys have already been performed. What? Scientists are recreating the 1918 Spanish flu virus. The Vatican, including the Pope, is directly involved in the Catholic Church's cover-up. God's name is jealous, in quotes. I don't know what that means. So it took me 17 minutes just to tell you what's in this book. So when I make my video, there's a lot of words in this that might get flagged. So we'll even see if I can post these. I don't know. YouTube it would be impossible to figure out everything you're not supposed to say. So we'll see how just those words trigger the system. And then I will make videos where I just go and read, about each one. Except for that one that, I can't even handle. If you're still there, thank you for watching till the end. Please make sure, if you watch my channel a lot, that you are subscribed, because about 40% of my viewers are unsubscribed still. Hit the notification bell, smash it, and as always, I will link my tip jars in the description, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening, or a good night's sleep. I will see y'all soon.